President Biden will meet with President Putin of Russia for the first bilateral meeting between these two leaders since Joe Biden became president. And when this happens, Biden's right-wing critics, supporters of Trump, will attack Joe Biden for being soft on Russia. No matter what happens in this meeting, that's what the attacks will be. But we should just pause for a second and recognize that Russia was deeply involved with Trump's election campaign in 2016 and probably to a lesser extent in 2020, and that throughout the Trump administration, there were ties between the Trump presidency and the Kremlin that at best were sleazy and at worst were criminal. That's the reality. There's mountains of evidence about this. If you read the Mueller report, it talks about this relationship. Bill Barr wrote a letter which Donald Trump then waved around for months saying total exoneration, which admittedly exoneration is a very big word for Donald Trump. But the Mueller report didn't exonerate him at all. It fleshed out the connections between Trump and Russia. But for the Republicans, denying that, what they call the Russia hoax, but what the rest of us knows is not a hoax, is central to them, because if that becomes known, just how deeply Trump's ties to Russia were, then this cultist house of cards may well collapse. So this is the lie, the scandal. But I want you to just think about one other thing. The same people who want you to believe that there was no tie between Trump and Russia want you to believe that vaccines don't help and that COVID-19 wasn't real. But we know those two things are lies. We know that vaccines do help, and we know that COVID-19 is and was real. And maybe the people who are lying about COVID-19 and vaccines are also lying about Russia. Not maybe, definitely. We know the Russia scandal was real. And no matter how many times or how loudly Republicans yell Russia hoax, or totally exonerated, that doesn't change.